Yeah. Yeah. Leaning back against the faded velvet chair, the ceiling fan spins patterns in the air. Heavy souls are resting on the coffee table edge, ignoring every promise in the morning pleasures. Watch the sunlight crawl across the dusty floor. I am not looking for the key or for the door, just a steady course beneath the ticking clock. The universe is silent on this quiet block, yeah. This is the drift where the colors go gray, letting the momentum wash the noise away. No heavy lifting, just a slow release. Finally finding a momentary peace, floating in the middle of a dream deferred. Not a single heavy sentence, not a spoken word, just hanging level in the hollow space, far away from the frantic pace. Ice is knocking on the blast inside my hand, like a tiny ship that never reached the land. My pocket's full of nothing but a little change. The neighborhood starts looking oddly strange. Let the messages pile up inside the screen. I am somewhere hidden, somewhere in between. The hustle is a ghost that I used to know. Now I just sit and watch the shadows grow. The weight of the world is a feather tonight, surrendering the struggle and the frantic fight. Zero gravity inside these four blank walls, catching the silence before it falls, yeah. This is the drift where the colors go gray, letting the momentum wash the noise away. No heavy lifting, just a slow release. Finally finding a momentary peace, floating in the middle of a dream deferred. Not a single heavy sentence, not a spoken word, just bare level in a hollow space, far away from the frantic pace. This is the drift where the colors go gray, letting the momentum wash the noise away. No heavy lifting, just a slow release. Finally finding a momentary peace, floating in the middle of a dream deferred. Not a single heavy sentence, not a spoken word, just stay level in a hollow space, far away from the frantic pace.
Leaning back in the velvet seat while the city breathes slow, counting skylines through a haze where the heavy winds blow. Money in the pocket but it never defined the pieces, looking for a moment where the mental storm cease. I seen the stars tangled up in the overhead wires, walking past the ashes of the old world fires. No need to rush when the clock is losing its hands, building my foundation on the shifting white sands. The ice melts down in the grass of dark tea, finally feeling like the man I was meant to be. Lay low, all the heavy clouds drift by, finding all the answers in a pale blue sky. Nothing is moving but the world keeps spinning, losing the race is a new way of living. Keep it steady till the morning light breaks, healing every soul from the old mistakes. Lay low while the heavy clouds drift by, finding all the answers in a pale blue sky. Nothing is moving but the world keeps spinning, losing the race is a new way of feeling. Keep it steady till the morning light breaks, healing every soul from the old mistakes. Yeah. Old radio humming, shadows on the kitchen wall, waiting for the summer just to watch the leaves fall. The truth is hidden in the gaps between the speech, reaching for the fruit that is always out of reach. I don't need a crown made of plastic and gold, just a story that remains when the body grows old. Coffee stains on the map of a town I never knew, walking in the boots of a ghost wearing my shoe. Silence is the loudest sound a human can make, a long slow breath for the spirit's own sake. The horizon is a line that we never quite touch, maybe we were asking for a little too much. Let the gravity pull till your feet hit the floor, you don't have to knock on the wide open door. Lay low while the heavy clouds drift by, finding all the answers in a pale blue sky. Nothing is moving but the world keeps spinning, losing the race is a new way of winning. Keep it steady till the morning light breaks, healing heavy soul from the old mistakes, hey. Lay low while the heavy clouds drift by, finding all the answers in a pale blue sky. Nothing is moving but the world keeps spinning. Losing the races, a new way of winning. Keep it steady till the morning like grace. Healing every soul from me, oh my babe.
Yeah. Sipping cold brew on the porch swing legacy. Watching shadows stretch across the driveway. No ticking clocks, just the wind and the hickory. Everything moves in a golden kind of slow play.
Just more dancing in a single beam of light. I park the worries by the mailbox at the gate.
The grass is thirsty, but the sky is looking right. I find my center while the heavier things weigh.
Canvas sneakers resting on the wooden rail. The neighborhood is humming a quiet melody. Reading old letters through a grainy veil. Lost in a vindicated peaceful remedy.
Nothing to prove and there is nowhere to run. Just a lazy hawk circling the blue expanse. Soaking up the remnants of the setting sun. Giving the frantic world a second chance.
Take it easy while the afternoon dissolves. Let the tension fade into the atmosphere. Every tangled knot in the spirit just resolves. Finally finding that the clarity is here. Keep the pace steady like a river flow. Nothing but the headspace feeling wide and free. Watching how the frantic colors start to go into the stillness where I am meant to be.
The pavement breathes a sigh of departing heat. Cracked sidewalks telling stories of the year. I find a rhythm in the silence so complete. It washes away the static and the fear.
Barefoot on the cool stone under the eaves. Listen to the breath of the cedar trees. The street lamps flicker with the soft orange glow, replacing the glare with the gentle kind of soul. The traffic distant and the pulse is dropping low. I am finally feeling steady and feeling whole. No social feeds or the noise of the machine, just the crickets starting up their nightly song. Living in the space that exists in between, where I knew that I belonged all along.
I fold a loose paper and set it on the floor. The house is breathing in a really steady tide. I am not looking for the lock on the door, because there is nothing left to hide inside.
A mellow transition into the velvet dark. The stars are poking holes in the heavy quilt. Ignite a small and a solitary spark. Free from the pressure and free from the guilt. Take it easy while the afternoon is lost. Let the tension fade into the atmosphere. Every tangled knot in the spirit just resolves. Finally finding that the clarity is here. Keep the pace steady like a river flow. Nothing but the headspace feeling wide and free. Watching all the frantic colors start to go into the stillness where I am meant to be. Sunlight settling soft on the window frame. Nothing left to cool and no one to blame. The coffee is cold but the spirit is light. Walking through the day like it's middle of the night. Lean back steady, let the worries slide. Floating on a wave with nowhere to hide.
I woke up late on a Tuesday morning, ignoring every single gray cloud, no warning. Shoes untied, but my soul is intact. Living in the moment, and that is a fact. The street outside is a slow-moving stream. Car in the middle of a wide-awake dream. No heavy lifting, just checking the pace. Finding a sanctuary in my own space. The clock on the wall has forgotten to tick. Choosing the calm that I know how to pick. Just a simple melody humming in my gear, weaving all the complicated puzzles unread.
Sunlight settling soft on the window frame. Nothing left to prove and no one to blame. A is cold, but the spirit is light. Walking through the day like it's middle of the night. Lean back steady, let the worries slide. Floating on a wave with nowhere to hide.
Deep breath only when I step to the curb. Silence is a feeling that I hate to disturb. Park bench shadows keeping me company. Life is a gift and I got it for free. No notification flashing on the screen. Just the gold and the brown and the faded green. I used to run till my lungs will burn. Now I'm waiting for the rotating world to turn. Ice cubes melting in a tall glass jar. I don't really care if I'm going that far. The horizon is a line I don't need to cross. Counting up the gains and forgetting the loss.
Sunlight settling soft on the window frame. Nothing left to prove and no one to blame. The coffee is cold but the spirit is light. Walking through the day like it's middle of night. Lean back steady, let the worries slide. Floating on a wave with nowhere to hide. Sunlight settling soft on the window frame. Nothing left to prove and no one to blame. The coffee is cold but the spirit is light. Walking through the day like it's middle of night. Lean back steady, let the worries slide. Floating on a wave with nowhere to hide.
Asphalt hums a low frequency under the tire. No destination needed, just refueling the mental fire. I watched the horizon stretch until it lost its shade. The city is a cage, and this breeze is the great escape. Lean the seat back, let the oxygen fill the hollow space. I am moving at a speed that the clock can never chase. One hand on the wheel, the other grabbing at the air. The weight of the world is a coat I no longer wear. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. The amber light fades as the shadows grow. Walking on clouds with nowhere to land. Holding the universe right in my hand. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. We go where the currents decide to flow. Leaving the noise on the edge of the street. Finding the peace in the kick and the beat. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. The amber light fades as the shadows grow. Walking on clouds with nowhere to land. Holding the universe right in my hand. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. We go where the currents decide to flow. Leaving the noise on the edge of the street. Finding my peace in the kick and the beat. Yeah, I see the reflections dancing on the window pane. Patterns of light like jewelry scattered in the rain. Stop trying to solve a puzzle that has no end. Just be the river and let the straight lines bend. Speaker breathes a melody that feels like home. A quiet kingdom built beneath the velvet dome. No static in the signal, no pressure in the chest. Just the golden hour putting all the ghosts to bed. We're steady, the pulses are slow. The amber light fades as the shadows grow. Walking on clouds with nowhere to land. Folding the universe right in my hand. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. We go where the currents decide to flow. Leaving the noise on the edge of the street. Finding the peace and the kick and the beat. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. The amber light fades as the shadows grow. Walking on clouds with nowhere to land. Holding the universe right in my hand. The tempo is steady, the pulses are slow. We go where the currents decide to flow. Leaving the noise on the edge of the street. Finding the peace in the kick and the beat. Yeah.
Yeah. The coffee steam is swirling slow above the ceramic rim.
golden sunlight filtering through the curtains, getting dim. I lean back in the velvet chair, let the silence take hold. Trading all the heavy stories for a story yet untold.
My phone is face down on the wooden grain of the desk, cleaning out the mental attic, clearing all the grotesque. Just a simple frequency vibrating in the lower end, watching how the shadows and the amber colors blend.
No clock is ticking loud enough to break the steady flow. I got nowhere to hurry to and nowhere left to go. The sidewalk shadow muffled by the double painted glass, watching every hurry stranger let the afternoon pass. Comfort in the stillness like a sweater oversized, finding peace in moments that are usually disguised. Nothing to accomplish, nothing hanging over my head, just appreciating how the evening canvases spread.
Low tide in the mind and the water stays still, drinking in the quiet till I finally get my fill. The world keeps spinning fast, but I found a slower lane, washing off the pressure like the clearing of the main.
No pressure in the lungs,
Just a steady, easy drive,
faster in the balance of the
solitary cry. Everything is grounded and the frequency is right, sinking in the cushion till the coming of the night. Soft focus on the horizon line, everything is moving in its own design. No need to capture or to freeze the brain, letting go of labels and the weight of a name. Gravity is mental when you stop to climb, floating on the surface of a liquid kind.
yeah.
Ice cubes melting in a glass of herbal brew, thinking about things that are honest and true. The radiator humming such a subtle monotone, comfortable residing in a kingdom of my own. Shoes kicked off by the corner near the door, I don't need to chase the phantom of a little bit more. Inventory of the soul reveals a tranquil state, leaving all the expectations outside of the gate.
Subtle shift of light across the peeling past the wall, standing in the center of it, feeling rather tall. Static in the distance is just background noise, reclaiming all the elegance and maintaining the poise. Every breath is deliberate and purposeful and deep. Seeds of satisfaction are the only ones I breathe. The skyline starts to twinkle as the azure fades away, holding on to nothing at the closing of the day.
Low tide in the mind and the water stays still, freaking in the quiet till I finally get my fade. The world keeps spinning fast, but I found a slower lane, washing off the pressure like the clearing of the main.
No pressure in our lungs,
Just a steady, easy drive,
mastering the balance of
the
it.
solitary cry. Everything is grounded and the frequency is right, sinking in the cushion till the coming of the night.
Coffee steam is swirling slow above the ceramic rim. Sunlight filtering through the blinds on a morning whim. I kicked my sneakers off, left the static at the door. Don't need a golden clock to tell me what I'm searching for. Just a hum of the city breathing from a mile away. Everything that felt so heavy yesterday is light as clay. I'm tracing patterns on the ceiling with the focused glance, giving every tiny fleeting thought a second chance. Got the speaker on low, playing something from the soul, trying to find the missing pieces that'll make me whole. The ink is drying on the page, but I ain't finished yet. No more running through the mazes full of cold regret. I keep my pocket full of silence and my head in clouds, moving quiet through the middle of the noisy crowd. Spinal spinning on the platter, catching every groove, waiting for the inner gravity to make a move. Flow along the current where the water meets the sky. Let the seasons change the colors in a blink of eyes. Steady hands on the wheel, but I'm drifting on the breeze, finding all the hidden answers in a state of ease. Soft touch on spirit, let the pressure fade away. Living for the moments in between the work and play. Keep it level, keep it grounded, keep it perfectly still. Watching all the shadows dancing on the windowsill. Whatever was loud is becoming a mumble. Watching the pride and the vanity crumble. Taking a breath just to feel the expansion. Building a peace in a mental mansion. No need to rush to the end of the chapter. Searching for something beyond just the laughter. Highs and the lows, they all blend into gray. Perfectly fine with just ending the day. Ice cubes melting in the glass with the rhythmic clink. Standing on the edge of everything without a blink. The world is spinning but I'm standing in a frozen frame. Forgetting every ace and every complicated name. Just the rhythm of my pulse and the cooling air. Untangling the knots that used to be a heady snare. I'm finally sensing what it means to truly dial it back. Finding plenty in the middle of a certain lie.
Unfold the map and throw it in the burning fire. Lower in the volume on the frantic grand desire. Wait for the signal and the static of the radio. Ready for the seeds of common clarity to grow. Float along the current where the water meets the sky. Let the season change your colors in a blink of fire. Steady hand on the heel, but I'm drifting on the breeze. Minding all the heaviness is in a state of ease. Soft touch on the giver and let the pressure fade away. Living for the moments in between the work and play. Keep it let keep it grounded, keep it perfectly still. Watching all the shadows dancing on the windowsill. Float along the current where the water meets the sky. Let the season change your colors in a blink of fire. Steady hand on the wheel, but I'm drifting on the breeze. Minding all the hidden answers in a state of ease. Soft touch on the mirror, let the pressure fade away. Living for the moments in between the work and play. You keep it level, keep it grounded, keep it perfectly still. Watching all the shadows dancing on the windowsill.
The morning leans against the window pane while the coffee stain performs a slow dance. I watch the dust motes drift across the floor. No need for frantic pace, a sudden glance. Yeah, the clock is ticking, but it sounds melodic, like a steady pulse that knows its way home. I leave the heavy thoughts outside the door and find a quiet place to call my home.
Street noise is just a faded hum tonight. The world is rushing, but I'm standing still. Yeah. I pull the comfort close and dim the light. Working on my art of having time to kill. The ceiling overhead is a blank white page, waiting for the colors of a calm desire. The city is a loud and crowded stage, but I'm just warming by a mental fire.
Slow down the motion of the turning sphere. The weight of yesterday is moving things. There is nothing left to doubt or fear. Just letting all the peacefulness wash in. The gravity feels lighter than a breath, floating through the middle of the day. Finding plenty in the quietness, watching all the static fade away. Slow down the motion of the turning steer. The weight of yesterday is moving thin. There is nothing left to doubt or fear. Just letting all the peacefulness wash in. The gravity feels lighter than a breath, floating through the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Find the plenty in the quietness, watching all the static fade away. Yeah.
Maybe the answers aren't in the chase. Yeah. Maybe they are hidden in the pause. Yeah. Beyond the pressure and the frantic race, living without the effect or the cause. Yeah. It is a simpler kind of math to solve when you subtract the noise from the bone. Yeah. Watching the complicated spin dissolve into a frequency that is yours alone. Yeah.
I lean back and let the shadows stretch, longer than the memories of the task. There is no outline left for me to etch. No more faces for the hollow mask. The evening air is cooling down the brick. I'm listening to the silence grow tall, simple as a flame upon a wick, accepting everything and nothing at all. Slow down the motion of the turning sphere. The weight of yesterday is moving thin. There is nothing left to doubt or fear. Just letting all the peacefulness wash in. The gravity feels lighter than a breath, floating through the middle of the day. Finding plenty in the quietness, watching all the static fade away. Slow down the motion of the turning sphere. The weight of yesterday is moving thin. There is nothing left to doubt or fear. Just letting all the peacefulness wash in. The gravity feels lighter than a breath, floating through the middle of the day. Finding plenty in the quietness, watching all the static fade away. Yeah.
Light creeps slow across the floor. I leave my heavy worries by the door. Steam rises from the severed mix in my hand. Just drifting through this quiet sunlit land. No taking clocks to tell me where to go. The world outside is moving way too slow. I find a seat and let the fabric hold my weight, deleting every deadline from my slate. The ceiling fan is spinning like a dream. There is a grace in life that goes unseen. The clouds are shapes that nobody can name. They keep on changing, never stay the same. I watch the dust motes dancing in the air. I find a sudden peace beyond compare. No static on the line to break the spell. Inside this moment everything is well. Low tension in the marrow of my bones. I'm finding magic in these softer tones. The heavy lifting of the day is done. Just basking in the warmth of golden sun. Everything is centered, everything is still. I'm climbing up the slope of easy hill. The pressure fades into the open blue. Just a simple version of the view. I put the heavy questions on a shelf. Today I am just checking with myself. The garden grows without a single sound. My feet are firmly planted on the ground. No need to run, no need to win the race. I like the steady movement of this case. There is a secret hidden in the calm. The cooling air is like a healing balm. The shadows stretch and lengthen on the wall. I am ready for the evening time to fall. The noise of busy streets begins to fade. I am resting in the comfort of the shade. Low tension in the marrow of my bones. I am finding magic in these softer tones. The heavy lifting of the day is done. Just basking in the warmth of golden sun. Every day is centered, everything is still. I am climbing up the slope of easy hill. The pressure fades into the open blue. Just a simple version of the view. Low tension in the marrow of my bones. I am finding magic in these softer tones. The heavy lifting of the day is done. Just basking in the warmth of golden sun. Everything is centered, everything is still. I am climbing up the slope of easy hill. The pressure fades into the open blue. Just a simple version of the view.
Yeah. The morning sun is creeping through my dusty blinds. Another day of leaving all the way behind. My old guitar is leaning in the corner seat while golden patterns dance along the concrete street. I got the bubbles rising in a glass of tea. The city sirens never get a hold of me. I find a silver penny in a worn out shoe. There ain't no deadlines waiting in this pale sky blue. The clocks are ticking backward on the kitchen wall. I hear the gentle shadow starting their slow crawl. No need to rush the motion of the simple things. The quiet draw that only steady balance brings. Slow down the motion of the wandering mind. Leave every heavy burden in the dust behind. A peaceful harbor where the river meets the tide. With nothing left to prove and nowhere left to hide. Just breathe the honey of the afternoon air without a single worry or a heavy care. The world is turning in a soft and easy spin. This is the moment where the healing starts within. Yeah. I watch the sparrows landing on the iron fence. The logic of the hustle never made much sense. I found a silent line on the wooden floor. I closed the latch and bolted up the heavy door. I found a different cadence in the way I walk. A deeper kind of wisdom when I cease to talk. The record spins a melody of velvet tones. A solid comfort settling inside my bones. The clocks are ticking backward on the kitchen wall. I hear the gentle shadow starting that slow crawl. No need to rush the motion of the simple things. The quiet joy that only steady balance brings. Slow down the motion of the wandering mind. Leave every heavy burden in the dust behind. A peaceful harbor where the river meets the tide. With nothing left to prove and nowhere left to hide. Just breathe the honey of the afternoon air without a single worry or a heavy care. The world is turning, then a soft and easy spin. This is the moment where the healing starts within. Slow down the motion enough for wandering mind. Lead every any burden and the deuce behind. A peaceful harbor where the river meets the tide, with nothing left to prove and nowhere left to hide. Just breathe the honey of the afternoon air. Where's not a single worry or a heavy care. The world is turning in a soft and easy spin. This is the moment where the healing starts within. Yeah.
The skyline leans against the setting sun. Another day of chasing dreams is finally done. I kick my shoes off by the wooden door, listening to the hum of the city floor. Yeah. There's a quiet magic in the cooling air, searching for a feeling that used to be rare. But now I find it in the kitchen light, settling into the cradle of the coming night. Yeah, yeah. My coffee's cold, but the mood is just right. Watching shadows dance in the fading light. No rush to get anywhere at all, just hanging pictures on a vacant wall. The heavy clouds move in a slow parade. I'm sitting hidden in the evening shade, counting all the blessings I forgot to name, realizing nothing ever stays the same. Slow down the motion of the spinning world, watch the secrets of the moon unfurl. Easy breaths in the space between, living in a moment that is sharp and clean. Steady high in the middle of the noise, finding all the balance and the simple joys. Hold it close, let the stillness stay, until the colors of the morning gray. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is wait, to let the universe decide your fate. We're pulling strings, trying to control the wind, but peace begins where the struggles end. So I let the clock tick at its own pace, finding comfort in my own domestic space. Old record spinning on a dusty train, smoothing out the edges of a frantic day. The neighborhood is falling into sleep, while I had these inner promises to keep. I'm not looking for a grand design, just a little spark to make the hallway shine. A gentle logic in the way I breathe, with no more tangled webs for me to weave. The street lamps flicker on the avenue, painting everything in a deeper blue. I'm grounded here on the solid ground, where the finest music is a subtle sound. Don't need a crown or a golden throne to feel the sanctuary of being alone. Just a pen and a page and a humble view, bringing back the pieces that are honest and true. The air gets thinner as the hours climb, measuring the value of my borrowed time. Everything is softened at the edges now, breaking every heavy and a restless vow. Slow down the motion of the sinning world, watch the secrets of the moon unfurl. The sunlight leans against the peeling paint, slow motion swimming through the morning faint. No ticking clocks to tell the shadows where to go. The coffee steam is moving, steady moving. So I left my worries by the sidewalk curb last night. Watching dust smokes dancing in the silver light. No heavy lifting, just the gravity at ease. The city humming like a hive of frozen bees. Golden hours drifting through the open pane. Riding circles as the soft summer rain. Let the world spin crazy on its tired wheels. I'm staying exactly how the silence feels. Untethered from the chase and the demands. Holding nothing but the stillness in my hands. Golden hours drifting through the open pane. Riding circles as the soft summer rain. Let the world spin crazy on its tired wheels. I'm staying exactly how the silence feels. Untethered from the chase and the demands. Holding nothing but the stillness in my hands. Or record spinner with a slight and grainy hiss. A quiet moment, live the only thing I miss. The asphalt cooling as the afternoon subsides. I am the anchor while the ocean turns the tides. Unplug the wires, let the batteries just fade. Sitting pretty in the cooling patch of shade. No destination, just a map of empty space. Finding heaven in a plain and hollow place. Golden hours drifting through the open pane. Riding circles in the soft and summer rain. Let the world be crazy on its tired wheels. I'm staying exactly how the silent feels. Untethered from the chase and the demands. Holding nothing but the stillness in my hands. Golden hours drifting through the open pane. Riding circles in the soft and summer rain. Let the world spin crazy on its tired wheels. I'm staying exactly how the silent feels. Untethered from the chase and the demands. Holding nothing but the stillness in my hands. Drifting through the open rain. Riding circles in the soft and summer rain. Let the world spin crazy on its tired wheels. I'm staying exactly how the silence feels. Untethered from the case and left demands. Holding nothing but the stillness in my hands. Watching shadows stretch across the wooden floor. Counting moments till I reach for something more. Yeah, floating on in a current that I cannot see. Letting all the heavy thoughts just set me free. Weightless in a steady drift of afternoon. Humming out a melody to find the tune. No need to hurry when the clock is standing still. Finding all the magic in the quiet will. Coffee getting cold inside a ceramic cup. Sunlight hitting surfaces and lighting up. I put the static on a shelf for another day. Watch the dusty memories just fade to gray. Small circles drawn in the condensation bay. Peace is the only destination. Shoes off, leaning back on a velvet chair. Nothing but the movement of the open air. The city sounds so muffled like a distant bird. Every frantic argument remains unheard. I am folding up the maps and the long agendas. Trading in the chaos for the calm menders. Watch a shadow stretch across the wooden floor. Yeah, counting moments till I reach for something more. Yeah, floating on a current that I cannot see. Letting all the heavy thoughts just set me free. Weightless in the steady drift of afternoon. Humming out a melody to find the tune. No need to hurry when the clock is standing still. Finding all the magic in the quiet will. Yeah. Silver linings on the edge of a passing cloud. Speaking to the soul without acting loud. The ceiling fan is spinning at a lazy pace. Tracing every line upon a familiar face. Golden hour leaking through the window blinds. Leaving all the bitterness and stress behind. Slow exhale, let the oxygen fill the room. Guarding in the mind, starting to finally do. No more running for replies that I never sought. Unpacking every complicated tangled thought. Stay right here where the atmosphere feels light. Holding on to nothing but the fading light, yeah. Watching shadows stretch across the wooden floor. Yeah. Counting moments till I reach for something more. Yeah. Floating on a current that I cannot see.
steady drift of afternoon, humming out a melody to find the tune. No need to hurry when the clock is standing still, finding all the magic in the quiet will. Watching shadows stretch across the wooden floor, counting moments till I reach for something more. Floating on the current that I did not see, letting all the heavy thoughts just set me free. Weightless in the steady drift of afternoon, humming out a melody to find the tune. No need to hurry when the clock is standing still, finding all the magic in the quiet will.
I lean back in the velvet seat while the clock hands freeze, watching dust motes dancing through the golden breeze. No pressure on my temples, just a steady flow, mapping out the places where the quiet souls go. The coffee cup is steaming, but I leave it untouched. I finally let go of everything I held too much. The heavy boots are off and my feet hit the floor. I don't need to wonder what is behind the door. Just a simple cadence like a pulse in the wrist, fade into the static of a shimmering mist. Yeah. Metropolitan movements are a distant blur. I am caught in the middle of a gentle purr. The gravity is lighter than it was at dawn. All the jagged edges of the day are gone. I am tracing patterns on the window pane. Listen to the softest pitter of the rain. My heartbeat settles in a natural groove. I am finding power when I do not move. No more chasing shadows in a frantic race. Everything is landing in its proper place. Slow down motion till the colors bleed, planted every silence like a dormant seed. Let the heavy curtain fall across the side. We are floating through the middle of the light. Take a deep intake of the cooling air. We the heavy burdens lying over there. Trust the steady swinging of a pendulum to the sound of a soft and steady drum. Maybe there is wisdom in the pulse between the subtle architecture of the world unseen. Not a single question left to satisfy below the vast and open canopy of sky. The noise is retreating to a tiny speck. No more gold and silver hanging round my neck. Stripping back the layers to the very core. I've never felt so centered here before. The ceiling is a canvas for my wandering eye, counting every tether as the minutes fly by. The air is like a blanket made of woven silk, merging every shadow with a drop of milk. I am drifting sideways on an easy tide. Nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. And the best part is I am perfectly fine, walking on the thread of a horizontal line. Static in the wires has finally ceased. I am sitting in the center of a total peace. Yesterday is nothing but a faded sketch, tucked away in corner that I cannot fetch. And tomorrow is a riddle that I will not solve, watching all the orbits as they slow revolve. I am grounded in the timber of a wooden chair, running all my fingers through the empty air. No more heavy breathing in the uphill climb. I am taking back the ownership of my time. Let the record spin until the needle drops. Everything is blowing even when it stops. The horizon line is looking smooth and wide. Feel the gentle pulling of the inner tide. The iron weight is melting into liquid glass, watching every frantic second slowly pass. Slow down the motion till the colors bleed, planting every silence like a dormant sea. Let the heavy curtain fall across the sight. We are floating through the middle of the light. Take a tip and take up a cooling air. Leave the heavy curtains lying over there. Just the steady swinging of a pendulum to the sound of an off and steady drum.
into the velvet of the afternoon. The sun is leaning heavy like a golden spoon. No ticking clock to tell me where the minutes flow. Just a steady pulse of shadows as they start to grow. The neighborhood is humming in a distant key, a symphony of nothing meant for only me. I find the gaps between the noise and climb inside, where the weary thoughts have nowhere left to hide. Filter light is dancing on the dusty floor. I don't need to wonder what is behind the door. The pressure of the pavement stays outside the gate. I am not the merchant of my own dark fate. My coffee turned to ice while I was lost in thought, trading every battle that I never fought for a moment in the stillness where the air is thick and the moving parts of life finally cease to click. The horizon stretches out like a lazy thread, untangling the knots inside a restless head. Whatever was urgent is ancient history now. I am letting go of the why and the how. Slow down the motion of the spinning world. Let the banner of the quiet beat unfold. We are drifting on a tide that has no shore, never asking for a single gallon more. High above the tangle of the frantic street, where the silence and the inner heavy meet. Just a simple breath inside a wider space, looking for the beauty in a resting place. The radio is broken but the birds are loud. I am tracing silver linings on an acid cloud. No messages expected and no debts to pay, just the gentle gravity of a hollow day. I used to run until my lungs were thin and dry, searching for a reason in a frantic sky. But now I sit and watch the way the colors change, finding comfort in the things that remain strange. The horizon stretches out like a lazy thread, untangling the knots inside a restless head. Whatever was urgent is ancient history now. I am letting go of the why and the how. Slow down the motion of a spinning world. Let the banner of the quiet beat unfurl. We are drifting on a pie that has no shore, never asking for a single getting more. High above the tangle of the frantic street, where the silence and the inner heavy meet. Just a simple breath inside a wider space, looking for the beauty in a resting place. Slow down the motion of a spinning world. Let the banner of the quiet beat unfurl. We are drifting on a path that has no shore, never asking for a single gather more. High above the tangle of the frantic street, where the silence and the inner heavy meet. Just a simple breath inside a wider space, looking for the beauty in a resting place.
I wake up when the sunlight hits the dusty floor. No pressure knocking loudly on my bedroom door. The kettle whistles like a bird from a distant land. I hold the morning in the hollow of my open hand. The clock moved backward while the neighbors went to work. I find the beauty in the shadows where the quiet lurks. A cup of silver needles steeping in a ceramic glow, watching how the heavy clouds decide which way to go. The city hums a melody that I choose to ignore. I've seen the way they struggle just to settle a score, but I'm a feather drifting on a current made of ease, finding all my answers in the rustle of the trees. The ink is flowing slow across the yellow page. I'm feeling like a king who finally left his golden cage. No natural quiet for the places where my spirit dwells. I'm listening to the silence ringing out like iron bells, yeah. Take a breath and let the heavy weight just slide away. We're living in the gaps between the colors of the gray. The movement of the world is just a flicker in the eye. We're steady as the mountains while the centuries fly by. Keep it simple, keep it light beneath the open sky. No need to chase the sunset if you never wonder why. Just the steady pulse of being in this moment right now. Walking through the garden under every folded bough, yeah. I saw a spider weaving patterns on the porch tonight. A tiny architect working by the pale moonlight. She doesn't hurry for the glory or the final prize. She only builds the vision that's reflected in her eyes. I'm taking notes on how to exist without the rush, painting out my history with a soft and steady brush. The gravel crunching under boots is the only sound, connecting every footprint to the belly of the ground. Yeah, the stars are aligning in a language I can read, planting every intention like a dormant winter seed. The rush is a fever that I've broken with a smile. I think I'll stay right here and just linger for a while, yeah. Take a breath and let the heavy weight just slide away. We're living in the gaps between the pillars of the brain. The movement of the world is just a flicker in the eye. We'll steady out the mountains while the centuries fly by. Keep it simple, keep it light beneath the open sky. No, we could chase the sunset if you ever wonder why. Just a steady pulse of being in this moment right now. Walking through the garden under every folded bough, yeah. Weight just slid away. We're living in the gaps between the colored weather gray. The movement of the world is just a flicker in the eye. We're steady as the mountains while the centuries fly by. Keep it simple, keep it light beneath the open sky. No need to chase the sunset if you never wonder why. Just a steady pulse of being in this moment right now. Walking through the garden under every folded bough. Yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah. I wake up when the sunlight hits the kitchen floor. No heavy lifting, just drifting out the bedroom door. The coffee grounds settle as the water starts to steam. I find the middle ground between the logic and the dream. My sneakers brush the pavement with the steady low friction. Writing my own pages through a lens of non-fiction. The city moves in circles while I'm walking in a line, taking back the hours of my own stolen time. There is a clarity in keeping all my windows wide, letting every summer breeze move the dust inside. My phone is on the counter, silence for the afternoon. I am humming quiet melodies to an absent tune. Every shadow on the brickwork tells a story about the day, how the golden hours stretch until the silver turns to gray. No pressure on the lungs, just a calm intentional breath. Living in the light before we worry about the death. Yeah, slow motion movements in a high velocity world, watching every secret of the universe unfurl. I am staying in the pocket where the balance feels right, holding on to peace until the fading of the light. Gravity is gentle when you stop trying to slide, just a steady heartbeat underneath a white sky. Comfort in the silence and the simple way it feels, tracing out the patterns on the spinning wooden wheels. The ceiling fan rotates like a slow kinetic thought, appreciating tiny battles that I never fought. The shelf is full of novels with their spines toward the wall, counting every lesson, even those that seem so small. No mirrors in the hallway, just the portraits of the past, learning how to treasure moments meant to never last. The evening finds its way across the dusty hardwood plains. I can hear the soft percussion of the distant cooling rain. Everything I needed was already in the room, watching how the twilight makes the garden roses bloom. I settle in the sofa with the spirit feeling light, moving through the shadows to the edge of every night. One final glass of water, then I vanish in the sheets, listen to the pulse of all the sleepy quiet streets. Slow motion movements in a high velocity world, watching every secret of the universe unfurl. I am staying in the pocket where the balance feels right, holding on to peace until the fading of the light. Gravity is gentle when you stop trying to fly, just a steady heartbeat underneath the white sky. Comfort in the silence and the simple way it feels, tracing out the patterns on the spinning wooden wheels.
When the sun hit the floor, boys flat. No heavy lifting, just a seat where I sat. Watching dust dance in a single gold beam, life moving steady like a slow moving stream. Coffee in the ceramic mug stain on the rim. The world outside is loud, but the lights in here are dim. I keep the phone face down, let the messages pop. I haven't felt this kind of quiet in a long, long while.
Take it easy on the pavement, let the shadows grow long. There ain't a single thing to fix, and nothing is wrong. But just a steady pulse beating in the middle of the chest, setting all the heavy thoughts down for a rest. We drifted through the hours like a leaf on the lake, giving back more than we ever thought to take. Everything is smooth like the edge of a stone. Feeling pretty good just to be here alone. The clock on the wall stopped ticking at 10. I don't think I'll ever wind it up back again. Time is just a ladder that I'm stepping off now, smoothing out the creases on a worried ride. No finish line to cross, no mountain to climb, just silver bells ringing in a different kind of time though. The neighbor's radio is playing something old and sweet. I can hear the tires humming down on 7th Street. The breeze kicks up and the curtains start to sway. I got a million things to do but they can wait a day. Writing lines in my head and I let them float away. There is plenty left for tomorrow to say. My sneakers by the door staying exactly where they lie, checking out the colors in the pale blue sky. Let the engine cool down, let the sparks go cold. Everything that glitters doesn't have to be gold. Finding all the magic in the gaps in between, the most beautiful sight that I ever have seen. Take it easy on the pavement, let the shadows grow long. There ain't a single thing to fix, and nothing is wrong. Just a steady pulse beating in the middle of the chest, setting all the heavy thoughts down for a rest. We drifting through the hours like a leaf on the lake, giving back more than we ever thought to take. Everything is smooth like the edge of a stone. Feeling pretty good just to be here alone. Take it easy on the pavement, let the shadows grow long. There ain't a single thing to face, and nothing is wrong. Just a steady pulse beating in the middle of the chest, setting all the heavy thoughts down for a rest. We drifting through the hours like a leaf on the lake, giving back more than we ever thought to take. Everything is smooth like the edge of a stone. Feeling pretty good just to be here alone. Ice cube standing in a glass of mint tea. Morning light calling so across the settee. No watch on the wrist, just the movement of the dust. Floating in the beam where the silence meets the trust. Left my phone in the drawer, let the battery fade away. Got no schedule to keep, no debts to pay today. The neighborhood is sleeping underneath the velvet fog. Walking down the sidewalk past the golden sleeping dog.
Everything is steady, let the heavy motion slide. Nowhere else to go and there is nothing left to hide. The clarity is settling like sugar in the cup, lowering the tension as the sun begins to look up.
Take it easy, let the air fill the empty spaces. Finding all the color in the ordinary places. Keep it moving at the pace of a falling leaf. Every single second brings a moment of relief. Just drifting in the quiet of a Saturday noon, humming to the static of a low-fidelity tune. Steam rising from the pavement after early morning rain, washing out the static and the clutter from the brain. Sit back on the porch, watch the clouds form shapes. Purple shadows hanging heavy like some overripened grapes.
I can hear the distant hum of the freeway far out west, but right here in the center is the only place to rest. Got a stack of old records and a blanket for the breeze. Caught a glimpse of heaven through the branches of the tree. Everything is steady, let the heavy motion slide. Nowhere else to go and there is nothing left to hide. The gravity is settling like sugar in a cup, lowering the tension as the sun begins to look up.
Take it easy, let the air fill the empty spaces. Finding all the color in the ordinary places. Keep it moving at the pace of a falling leaf. Every single second brings a moment of relief. Just drifting in the quiet of a Saturday noon, slumming to the static of a low-fidelity tune. Take it easy, let the air fill the empty spaces. Finding all the color in the ordinary places. Keep it moving at the pace of a falling leaf. Every single second brings a moment of relief. Just drifting in the quiet of a Saturday noon. Take it easy, let the air fill the empty spaces. Finding all all the color in the ordinary place. Keep it moving at the pace of a falling leaf. Every single second brings a moment of relief. Just drifting in the quiet of a Saturday noon.
Laying back against the velvet surfer grain, watching silver ripples dancing in the rain. City hummers distant like a fading ghost. Found a little peace right when I needed most. Coffee in a ceramic cup is getting cold. Reading stories that the older neighbors told. No pressure on the clock, no heavy weight to lift. Letting all the heavy moments start to drift. Slow motion moving through the afternoon. Tuning out the static for a different tune. Just a steady pulse beneath the quiet sky. Letting every single worry wander by. Keep it level, keep it easy, keep it light. Everything is settled in the feeling right. No more chasing shadows in the frantic race. Finding plenty comfort in this lonely space.
Soft and lighting on the yellow wooden floor.
I don't need to wonder what is behind the door.
Silence is a blanket wrapped around the frame.
I forgot the rules and I forgot the game.
Every breath is deeper than the one before.
I don't have to struggle nor to ask for more.
Ice is melting slowly in a tall glass jar.
Thinking about the places that are way too far.
But I'm staying grounded where the garden grows.
Where the gentle current of the river flows. From the sitting face down on the dusty shelf. Finally getting reacquainted with myself. Simple chords are ringing from the hollow wood. Understood the feeling like I knew I should. The horizon listen to a golden haze. Loosening the knots of the busy days. Gravity is healing to a peaceful mind. Leaving all the frantic energy behind. Slow motion moving through the afternoon. Tuning out the static for a different tune. Just a steady pulse beneath the quiet sky. Letting every single word wander by. Keep it level, keep it easy, keep it light. Everything is settling and feeling right. No more chasing shadows in the frantic race. Finding plenty comfort in this lonely space. Slow motion moving through the afternoon. Tuning out the static for a different tune. Just a steady pulse beneath the quiet sky. Letting every single word we wander by. Keep it level, keep it easy, keep it light. Everything is settling and feeling right. No more chasing shadows in the frantic race. Finding plenty comfort in this lonely space.
Lean back in the velvet chair, sunlight drifting through the floor. Counting dust, smokes dancing slow right beside the open door. No agenda on the calendar, just a steady, easy pace. Watching shadows stretch their fingers all across this quiet space. Got a cup of Sunday morning steaming on a wooden stand. Life is moving like a river, shifting grains of golden sand. I am nowhere but the center of a calm and steady ring, hearing melodies and secrets that the garden sparrows sing. Ice is clicking in the glass while the ceiling fan rotates, leaving every heavy burden outside of the iron gates. Mind is feeling like a meadow after all the rain is gone. Just a temporary peace before the coming of the dawn. I don't need a loud ovation or a crown upon my brow. I am looking for the magic tucked inside the simple now. Barefoot walking on the carpet, feeling every single fiber. Just a humble little soul becoming a serene subscriber.
Take it easy, let the gravity subside. Floating on a gentle and a never-ending tide.
No more running for a prize that I can never truly hold.
Finding all the treasure that will never made it gold.
Let the clockwork lose its tension, let the gears begin to rest. I am finally a visitor and also I'm a guest in this kingdom of the silence where the air is sweet and thin. This is where the realest part of living can begin. Maybe there is nothing left to prove or to justify, like the way the clouds are moving in the corner of the eye. Strip away the heavy armor and the vanity of speech. Everything I used to chase is finally within my reach. Quiet down the engines and the hammers in the street. Found a rhythm in the way the pulses uniquely beat. Now the afternoon is mellow and the amber light is thick. I am listening to the steady
and the solitary tear. Every breath is like a lesson, every moment is a gift. Watching how the heavy clouds begin to separating drift. Never mind alone tomorrow or the ghost of yesterday. I am gonna let the static simply melt and fade away.
Cooler air is coming in to brush against their window pane, telling me that everything is alright in the main.
The noise is pulling back its hand. The ocean meets the cooling sand. The pressure starts to disappear. The vision is becoming clear.
Take it easy, let the gravity subside. Lowering on a gentleman, a never-ending tide.
No more violent foreplay that I can never truly hold.
Finding all the treasure that was never made of gold.
Let the clockwork lose its tension, let the kids begin to rest. I am finally a visitor and also I'm the guest. In this kingdom of the silence where the air is sweet and thin. This is where the realest part of living can begin.